probably doing t-shirts at the markets 10 years ago.
Okay.
And through doing that, we did that for a few years and then decided that we kind of wanted to do our own stuff. Once we looked into screen printing shirts and getting them printed, it was like so expensive. So
And much harder.
We'd look at getting 20 designs done of one, and it was going to cost all this money. So we started to look into other options.
Okay.
And one of those options was digital printing.
Tell us a bit more about what you're doing now. So I believe you've definitely expanded in terms of the number of machines that you've got. So how has that process developed over the last 7 years?
I think we're printing our own t-shirts for about a year for the market. And then after a year, we decided, hey, we're really comfortable with doing this DTG thing now. We're ready to take it kind of Australia-wide, and that's when we opened up the t-shirt mill.
So that was a year in, and then that was when you got your first machine.
Yep.
And then 6 months later, you were already on a second machine.
And then I think it was about 6 months after that, we're on another machine again.
Essentially, in 18 months, you had a fully fledged business with employees, and you were running it online.
Yep.
And we'd moved out at that point. We were still in West End, just at the end of Montague Road, in an old cheese factory. So we had our stock in the old rooms.
Next premises after that, we then started to grow again rapidly, and that's when we purchased another machine. At that stage, our growth was becoming so rapid, we needed a much bigger space.
Yeah.
So we ended up getting a 400 square metre warehouse in East Brisbane.
Okay.
And we were there for about a year. And a year before we had a fire.
Yeah,
And it wasn't even us, it was the building next to us. So a fire started and it moved across to us, and we kind of lost
everything.
everything.
Yeah.
What was the bounce back from that? Like, how did you deal with that and get the business up and running again?
It took us 2 weeks to get back on our feet.
And printing?
So we ordered new machines from 2 different suppliers, and we got started within 2 weeks, found a temporary premises, and we were up and running again.
That's an interesting part of your story, because you guys have had almost every vendor's machines. You've had Brother, you've had DTG, you've had Epson machines.
Yep.
So you really tried and took advantage of the benefits of each particular platform.
Initially, we used to really try and embrace the benefits of each machine. More recently, we've moved more over to the one type of machine because it's just much easier with training and stuff. And the GTX, which is what we're focusing on now, is just a lot faster.
You've turned travel and your own personal passions into part of the t-shirt mill as well.
Yes, for sure.
So explain how you've done that.
We've really tried to grow our on-site printing aspect of the business. So it's a service where we offer to corporate clients where we'll come to your event, and to really make a point of difference for your event is we'll custom print products for you. So a lot of customers are approaching us because they've seen what we're doing at other exhibitions and events, and they're saying, can you come and do that for us? It keeps it really different. Rather than just coming to the office every day and doing the day-to-day, it's exciting to go out there.
And do you find that it's easy to take the machines and transport them to all these different shows and expos?
It's a lot easier than I think setting up, a carousel to travel on site with. Breaking down a carousel and taking it to an event, but packing down your DTG machines probably
it's not that hard.
a bit easier. Yeah.
You just recently purchased a couple of extra GTXs.
Correct.
How has that impacted your business now?
Amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It is
We're
amazing.
finding that production has increased substantially.
And also, it's really helped with the turnaround times on our orders. So our standard turnaround time was 7 to 10 business days, but we're getting orders out within 4 or 5 business days at the moment. Sometimes even sooner. If we've got the stock on the shelf, it's printed and shipped that day, when an order comes in. That's how quickly we're getting through our workload, which is amazing. Yeah, it's really great. It's one of the biggest issues in our industry is trying to get orders out as quickly as possible. The way that customers' expectations have evolved is that they want their custom printed t-shirt right now.
We've done other interviews, and every customer is different, and every market is different, and everyone has a specific niche that they want to follow.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
they're unlimited.
Yeah.
So
We've got a few people that we've printed for previously that have since bought their own machines, and their use for the machines is totally different to ours. They've got a shop front and they just print for people that walk in,
Yes.
Which is something that we don't do. Or someone that just prints tote bags for customers, like sporting organisations in the local town that she lives in. There's just so many uses for the machines. It's amazing. So it's great to see how people apply them differently.
if you were starting today, what would you change or do differently?
Look, I think sticking to one brand machine would be something we definitely
Do.
do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
100%. The learning it has such an impact when we're training staff, training new printers, how to use 3 different machines and 3 different grip softwares, a complete learning curve as opposed to just training on one machine and one certain software.
Thank you very much for your
Thank
time.
you so much for your time. It was so lovely to meet you.